we got a high-level understanding of what secure data sharing is in Snowflake, and it's now time for us to look at this feature in a little more detail to understand the exact mechanics in its implementation, which is best understood by looking at its constraints. We start off by looking at some geographical and cloud-based limitations. Specifically, the provider and consumer accounts must be located in the same Snowflake region, where a Snowflake region effectively maps to a combination of a cloud, which could be AWS, Azure, or GCP, and a data center within that cloud. For example, the US West region on AWS. This is not just some arbitrary restriction. We saw that consumers effectively have a services and metadata layer into the provider data, and unless both of these accounts happen to be located in the same region, the performance of queries can really suffer. Consider a consumer of data located in Western Europe and a provider in Southeast Asia. The physical distance will just mean that queries run very slowly. This, however, does not mean that data sharing across clouds and regions is not possible. This can be accomplished by means of something called cross-region data replication, where we have a primary copy of the data in one Snowflake account and a replica copy in another account which is on a different cloud or region. With multiple copies of the data which are all in sync, it is possible for us to create secure shares out of each of the copies, the primary as well as the replicas. Once again though, the consumers of a replica-based share will need to be in the same Snowflake region. I recognize that I have given a lot of information here. So let me try to simplify this by means of diagrams which are easier to visualize. Let's say there is a provider who is located on the AWS cloud and in the US West region of that cloud. This means that they can have consumers who are in the same cloud and region. But let's assume that this provider has become more and more popular and that their consumer base spans geographical boundaries, and a lot of their prospective customers do not use AWS. The restriction we discussed earlier is that a provider account cannot directly share with other Snowflake accounts which are located on a different cloud or region. There is, however, a somewhat less direct way of doing this share. And this is where replication enters the picture. Now for our example, let's just say a lot of the prospective clients are located in the eastern United States and also happen to be users of the Azure cloud. In such a case, the provider will need to create